What's up, Toy Fam, and welcome back to the Totally Cool YouTube channel. We are on the home stretch of finishing our Aerialbot series, where we will review the last member. He is not from the G1 series or animation, so for those of you fanatics, he's a new character that you will be introduced to. His name is Alpha Bravo. He is the newest member of the Aerialbot team. He was introduced in the Combiner War series, so you will be able to know who he is because of this review. We will also do a quick check on the toy, but before we close this series out, we have a surprise for you. We have another Autobot that joined the Aerialbot team when he was previously an individual robot in the G1 series. In the Combiner Wars, now we have the Autobot Powerglide, one of the few flyers that they had, and he turns into the weapon of the Mighty Superion. So stay tuned and keep watching till the end of this video. You will see two characters being reviewed, and watch for the next video where we will form the Almighty Superion. So we have our last Aerialbot to review, and this is a pretty new character that was introduced in the Combiner War storyline. So he's not a jet plane or a fighter plane, or he's not even an airplane to begin with. He's Alpha Bravo. He's a helicopter, and let's look at the box. It's a bit torn up because of its age, so it's still in a cardback packaging. There you go, you see Alpha Bravo, and that's his tail rotor, obvious on the toy itself. And again, there's 4 out of 5, Superion on the top, and that's the alt mode that he has, and a preview of what's inside. At the back, you can see that's his robot mode and his alt mode, and he's probably the most complicated Aerialbot in the Combiner Wars toy line, because it takes 13 steps to transform him from this to this. So based on my own experience in transforming him, he's a little bit tricky, but it's still fun to do. So there's Superion, and on the right hand side you see the many different variations, many different limbs. So he's supposed to be a leg, but you can also turn him into an arm, I think. And I don't know why drag strip is always there. But anyway, let's get down to it, and let's open him up and see what's inside. So inside his box, there's the box, that's his profile. Inside the box is your standard transformation guide. It says instruction manual, where it shows you how you can transform him from a robot to a helicopter, and a helicopter to a limb. And here we have his collector card, which is a bigger version of what's on the card back. Alright, so let's get to the clamshell. The clamshell has pretty nice, what do they call this, a pretty nice blaster, but it's got, looks like, it looks like, I don't know if you can see this, it looks like a chain gun. If it's slung underneath his helicopter mode, it looks like the chain gun that you see on the Apache. And there's another attachment that could either be a hand or a leg, just like in the other Aerialbots. It could also attach as another weapon, like Gatling guns. Right there, looks like yeah, it looks like Gatling guns. Twisted, it looks like an arm or a hand or a foot. And we have Alpha Bravo. A little bit about Alpha Bravo. It's pretty color scheme really pops, I think. He's the slowest member, and the newest member of the Aerialbots, which makes him feel that he has always something to prove to his teammates. You know, who's been together for quite a while. He doesn't fly as fast. He was introduced in the Combiner Wars cartoons on, I think, August 2016, and his alt mode, I don't know if I can say this right, because it's in French. It's a Aerospatial Dauphin attack helicopter. So it's an attack helicopter like I think it's the French version of the Apache. I don't know why they didn't turn him into an Apache. Maybe because the transformation would be more complicated. Now, as a toy, this is the first time a helicopter was introduced into the Aerialbots, and he was released as a deluxe class on December 2014. Yep, he's not there. Poor Alpha Bravo, he's not there. You still have Silverbolt. I think that one is Quickslinger, that one is Firefly, that is Skydive, Air Raid, and Powerglide. Now, he's also not included in the Unite Warriors box set, where you only have Silverbolt, Fireflight. Now here, for the Unite Warriors, he's named Fireflight, his original name, and Slingshot, which is also his original name. Whoop-de-doo. If they only turned Fireflight into the F4 Phantom, everything would have been nice and fine. And also if they turned Air Raid into an F-15. So this box set does not include Powerglide and only shows the 5 original members of the Aerialbots. Take that aside. And we'll be reviewing these two later to compare them with the Combiner Wars individual robots, individual figures. But let's get back to Alpha Bravo. So Alpha Bravo is only available as a standalone figure, and like I said, he's about 5.5 inches. It takes about 13 steps to transform him from a helicopter to a robot and back. Now, again, we like to review things here, and we like to give our input on how we find these characters and how we like them. So as far as G1 look, 0 out of 5, because he was not in G1. Playability, it's about 4.5, 3, maybe 3.5. His joints, his joints are a little bit loose, and some parts, when you snap them, kind of hard to pull them away. Like when he's in, particularly when he's in helicopter mode, it's quite difficult to jimmy a few things so that they can get loose. So once they snap together, they kind of lock in. All right. Posability, I love how this figure stands on. These rockets are just amazing. So compared to the other Aerialbots, although this one is not part of G1, his desk or shelf appeal is about 4 for me. I mean, the colors just pop. I love the bright orange. Plus, I know it's kind of lazy way of attaching some weapons, but having missiles on your arms can definitely add to the cool factor. So having these there, and when he stands up, he doesn't even need a blaster. He just looks menacing with these rockets. You know, he's like, I don't need guns. I can just shoot missiles at you. So overall, I think he's about a 3 for me. Fact that he's not G1, and the fact that he's kind of hard to transform back from alt mode to robot mode is made up. Well, he makes it up with his shelf appeal, the way he looks, the way he stands, these missiles are just a fine addition, and we'll see how he looks when he comes together as when they come together as Superion, when he comes together with the team. So, but man, I mean, he's a helicopter. He's not really a jet fighter, but I think I love him. I love Alpha Bravo. I love the fact that he's an addition to. He adds diversity to the Aerialbots. He's not supposed to be fast. But all in all, the Aerialbots really are a team that's beloved by a lot of Autobot lovers, a lot of Transformer lovers, and this guy may not be G1, but he grows on you. Anyway, so we will be doing another review on Superion once we have all of them together. But wait, before we go there, if you would recall, on the G2 box set, they included Powerglide. And if you have been watching our videos, we showed you a transformation guide for Powerglide. Now, Powerglide was not an original member of the Aerialbots. In fact, he used to be, well, he was part of what we call I think the Microbots, with Beachcomber, with Cosmos, who else? Wind Charger, Bumblebee. So those guys were pretty much lumped in together. But Powerglide became a member of the Aerialbots in the Combiner War series. He was not a member of the Aerialbots. In fact, the Aerialbots did not even exist when he came into the scene. He's actually the first Autobot who could fly on his own. So prior to becoming a member of the Aerialbots in the Combiner War series, he was a standalone. He was just plain Autobot. Okay? So he pretty much had no specific subgroup, but he was always that one that the Seekers were chasing when they would fly into battle. Now his alt mode, if you look at the back, it's kind of tricky because it says it takes 10 steps to turn him from, well, he has 3 modes. That's because he has 3 modes. That's why he has a plain mode, I think this is the A-10 Thunderbolt, the beloved A-10 Thunderbolt, or the Warthog, as the U.S. Air Force like to call him. Robot mode, and he has a third mode, which is a big gun. He turns into the big gun. Well, it shows here that he's with Skydive, but he's too big to be held by one of the smaller Aerialbots, so he's a special weapon for Superion. We will get to that later. I think our last episode on this series will feature Superion together with Powerglide as his weapon. So now let's open him up. There's really not much to show. He doesn't have any special additions. He just has the card, which is another, a smaller version of the card back, and this folded instruction manual, and that's pretty much it. That is Powerglide. Now, just a quick review on the character. He came out of the G1 toy line. I don't know if he had a toy in G1, but for Combiner Wars, he came out in 2015. He is not a Legends class. He's not Deluxe class. He is in the Legends class. And he is technically a triple changer, or a target master if you want to be more specific, because he also changes into a super gun with rocket launchers on the sides of the barrel. Where is that? Right there. Rocket launchers on the side of the barrel. And in other versions, he's always been an A-10 Thunderbolt, and he has now a new mode, which is Superion's super gun. His robot mode is 3.8 inches only, and takes 10 steps to transform him from robot to airplane to supergun and then back. So, as far as all of the Aerialbots in the Combiner War series, this is, I think, 5 out of 5. This is the first time I'm going to give a 5 out of 5 rating for the G1 look, or the G1, translatable, or the G1 look. Now, as far as playability is concerned, he's 5 out of 5 too. He's not so difficult to transform from robot to plane to alt mode, but it can get a little tricky when you're transforming him from plane mode to a super gun and having some small aerial bot try to lift him. Posability, not so much there. It's about 2 out of 5. You can do normal poses. You can pretty much just stand and just look cool. As far as desk appeal, well, he's a microbot. He looks cool on his own. That face is always, I think he's one of the few Autobots that has the mask or the grill or the mouth cover like Optimus Prime or Wheeljack. Overall, just the fact that he looks so G1-esque takes the cake. I love the fact that he's true to the G1 look, and that covers pretty much all of the other deficiencies of the figure. So that being said, we have come to the end of our toy and character review for Alpha Bravo and Powerglide. So again, don't forget to click on like and leave your comments in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as well as clicking on the bell button to get notified of any new videos that we put out. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good night from whatever part of the world you're watching this. Stay tuned for our Superion video, and happy collecting to all of you, Toy Fam. See you on the next episode. Bye-bye.